let's talk about how to use the combination between uh, Mendeley and also uh, Purdue. Okay, so let me give you example here in my article. My article is already this used Mendeley. Let's say, for example, I check on, okay, right now I'm not going to check on the index citation. Yeah, we already know how to write for index citation. We know the knowledge about that. Now let's take a look at my references. So when I see references like this, for example, I see this information, agay zang, and I see that this is the title of the journal. Okay. Uh, because I already know the rules of how to write the reference list for journal, then I know that this information is complete. But if you haven't memorized or you don't know the rules, you can always check on Urdu. Let's take a look at the rules for periodicals. Periodicals, just like I told you before, something that is published regularly, like once a year or twice a year or 3 times a year or 4 times a year. So if you are experienced in this, you will remember what information that you need. Okay, remember that the information that we need is first, I need the author's name, the year, the title of the article. You need to understand what does it mean by title of the article. Let me show you here. So this is an example of journal article. This is the title of the article. Please don't mix it with the title of the journal. This is the title of the article. Title of the journal is this one. Okay, this is the title of journal. This one is the title of the article. Don't mix it. Okay. The rule here, we need the title of the article. We also need the title of the journal or the periodical. We also need the volume. We we need the issue number, and you need the pages, and we need the DOI. Now let's take a look at this article that I write. Okay, so we have the name here, last name and initial. We have the year. We have the title. Is it written correctly? Okay. How do you know whether it's written correctly or not? Again, I don't need to check Purdue again because I'm experienced and I already know the rules. But if you haven't known the rules, just check again. As you can see, the title of article, you only need a capital letter in the beginning of the title. The other words, you don't need capital letters. This will be different if there is a abbreviation like EFL, for example. You have to write it in capital, or names, proper names like English, Indonesia. The I and also the E has to be capital. But and then when you write the title of periodical, the title of the journal, as you can see, the capital letter is in the you have to write it in a title uh, style, right? So the T and also the P has to be in capital. Now let's take a look at the how it's written here. So as you can see here, all the words of the article titles are already written in lowercase. There's no capital letters except for abbreviation. So this is correct. Iranian, okay, Iranian, I don't know which one is correct. The I is capital, so this is correct because it's proper noun. But as you can see, the other words, they are written in lowercase, no capital. So this is good. This is correct. What about the journal title? Instructional science. The I is capital, the S is capital. So follow the rules. So this is good. Now this already has the volume number, already has the issue number, already has the pages, and it already has the DOI. So my first reference is good. It's perfect. It follows the APA rule to the T. Now let's take a look at the second article, the second entry. As you can see, we have authors, we have the title written correctly, and we have the journal written correctly. We already have volume, issue, pages, and also DOI. So this one is good. Now, so this is your job. Okay, so sometimes let's take a look at this. Sometimes the information is incomplete. Let's say, for example, this one. This is suspicious for me. Al-Qahtani, because suddenly I have, I don't know, this is a title. This is a very long title, and it's in italic. There's no page, there's no volume, there's no journal name, there's no journal article. So this is where we can do something with the Mendeley. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna find Qahtani, and then I'm going to look for that uh, entry, and then as you can see here on the right side of your Mendeley, I hope that your Mendeley has the same function. So when you want to edit, you can edit in here. You can also edit, say for example, the capital letters are not correct, then you can edit here. You can just learn, oh, this one is already correct, so I don't need to change everything. Now I'm going to see the authors. So what you write is first the author's last name and then comma and then just put the first name of the author. Okay. And then uh, you can just click the information here. So the journal is Acta Sienta. Okay, the journal article is already there. Let's see if we let's take a look at the volume and issue. Okay, we have the information here, volume 5, issue 4, number 4. So I complete the information here, 4. And what page? This one is page 38 to 52. Okay, so I'll just write here 38 to 52. And remember the information. If you don't remember, check for do what information that you need. Because this article, I don't think this article has DOI. I don't find any DOI in this article. So I don't think this article has DOI. So what I'm going to do is to put the URL, but we already have the URL here. So anything that you update here will automatically update it in Mendeley. Okay. Now let's just refresh. As you can see here, it changes. The title that was in italic now is not in italic. And then we have the journal name in italic. We have the volume, we have the number, we have the page, and we also have the URL. Now this entry is fine. And then we go on and we go on. Let's take a look at this one. What is missing? Remember, um, we have the author, and then we have the title. I think this is already correctly written. We have the journal article. We have the, maybe this is the volume. Just for your information, sometimes a journal has a volume, but they don't have issue. So issue is not always available. So if it's not available, you don't have to put the entry. We also have the page, but remember that in based on Urdu, DOI is suggested to be included. If you don't have the DOI, you can put the URL. So let's try to see whether this article has a DOI. I'm gonna find my article in my library in Mendeley. issue, we can just click the article and then you can go directly to the article page. If you cannot do this, that means this article is not in your Mendeley database. What you can do is just Google it. Okay, just Google it. Okay, now I found the article. I guess this is the article. If you found the article, just check on the full article and find the information there. Okay, what is missing is the DOI. Does it have a DOI? If you can't find the DOI, you can just go to the URL. I will just click this URL and then copy and paste. Even though this is from ResearchGate, actually this is not really reliable, but that's fine. Okay, I'll put it there. Let's see if this article has issue, because does it have issue? Volume 4, 2000. Okay, so this is one of these journals that doesn't have issue. What does it mean? It just means that the journal only publishes once a year. Okay, so issue, the way they write issue is that if a journal is publishing twice a year, so there will be issue 1 and issue 2. If an article, if a journal is published in 4 times in a year, there will be issue 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this journal doesn't have issue, which is okay. You don't have to force it. Okay, we already put URL there. We can just refresh. You can see the URL is already available here. So that's why I really, really insist, please use Mendeley. Okay. Now, what about if I use literature that is not available in my Mendeley, right? Say, for example, you want to use a website. You want to cite from a website. Okay, this is what you can do. Let me show you what you can do. Okay, for example, I want to talk about the program of Kampus Mengajar, right? So if, as I have explained last week, if you want to use a website, you need to be careful with the website that you use. The website has to be reliable, okay? Written by somebody or an organization that is reliable, somebody or an organization that you can trust. If I want to talk about Kampus Mengajar, of course, I'm going to check the website of um, Kemdikbud, which is the Ministry of Education, and I get information here. So, for example, I want to define what is Kampus Mengajar. So I find the definition in here in this website, right? But how do I put it in my Mendeley? So what you can do is just click this logo in your browser and make sure that you already sign in. Yeah, you sign in, and then you can select where you want to put it in your library, your Mendeley library. In this case, in my page, I just want to put it um in my library. Okay, click this Campus Merdeka, and then I'm gonna add. Okay, but just remember the information here is so incomplete. Now we need to check. This is the time when you need to check the Purdu. What is the rule if I want to use an entry or reference from electronic sources or a website, right? So we click on this photo and then we check what do we need if we cite from a website. We need the name, the last name, the year, the month, and the date. If available, the title of the page, the site name and the URL. Okay, now we have an issue here because the information in this website is not written by human, right? As you can see, there is no human name in here. You scroll and you scroll, there's no human name because this is a website of an institution. So if this is what happened, you just try to find the information who has this website. Let's take a look at this. This information Hak Cipta copyright 2022. We can use this information and it belongs to Kementerian Pendidikan dan Kebudayaan RI. So that's going to be the author. Okay. If the author is an organization or institution, you don't need to put last name or first name. So what I'm going to do is to copy that information. I'm going to go to Mendeley. Okay. Let's try to find that information. Kampus mengajar. Where do I put it? Okay, I'm gonna try to find the information. Oh, uh, sorry, something wrong with my. Uh, Let me try to find it because I cannot find it in the search. Where do I put it? Where do I put it? Let me check again. It's in my library. Okay, my library. Campus. Okay, if you cannot find it here, you can just refresh. Synchronize your library. Okay, let's find that website. Okay, so I found that website here. As you can see, the website is so empty. The information, almost there's no information in it. Okay, now authors, as you can see here, there is a last name and first name. Okay, this last name and first name, this is for human, author as human. But when it comes to institution, you need to do this. Let's say kementerian. See, there is an option here, institution or organization. You just click that. And then it will be written complete like this. If you don't click the institution, let me show you what happened. If you just do this, okay, you see what happened? It will turn into this because it will recognize this as human. Okay, so please don't forget to choose institution. Click the institution. Let me show you once again. Click the institution in the option and then copy paste the name. Then it will be intact. Okay, that's what happened if you have an article that is written by institution. Now, for a website, you're going to need the URL. I guess we already have the URL here. Okay, the publication, I will just put, what is the title? It is the case. I'm gonna just choose the title here, the big title, because there are so many subtitle. I'm gonna just publication. Okay, year 2022. Because there's no date. If there's a date, you put it there. There's no page. Okay, that's all. Okay, let's take a look at what happened if we already update that. Okay, let's say I want to say kampus mengajar is a program made by the government. Insert citation. Oops. Merdeka. Oops. What's going on? Ah, so you can see, then you got you got the right author. The author is going to be Kementerian Pendidikan and Kebudayaan. What's going to happen in the reference list? It will be automatically updated. Where is it? See, it's already there. Okay, it's already there. I don't need to do anything. It's already updated. And that's why you need to use Mendeley. Okay, so for the other types of literature or the other types of references, you can always check Purdue here and then use Mendeley and check Mendeley. And then what you can do is to always check your references and see if any information is missing. And what you can do is open Mendeley and then update the information there. Okay, I hope everything is clear for you. Just remember some of the basic rules. It's really important. References is really important for the author, for yourself as the researcher, for everybody. This is an ethical conduct. I hope that's clear. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.